bro, I'm not going out with someone that I have to remind to go out with me.
Any guy who wants to date and is like doesn't know how to be attractive, just say you're not on social media. She'll be like, you are not what? Social media is for the girls and the gays.
So hot. It's for the girls and the gays.
I don't know if this is offensive. I just pegged you as a father.
Saucy secrets.
Welcome back to Saucy Secrets. We're in for a big show. I'm Jana Hocking, sex columnist for Daily Mail. I am joined by MC, who is a radio host extraordinaire.
Thank you so much.
And we are unpacking all the dating sex problems that we have been faced with. Well, I've been faced with this week.
Look, and this is on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch us instead of listening, if you're that's what it's called, isn't it? Voyeur, people that like to watch.
Oh, yeah,
Is it a
yeah.
cuck?
I think, well, either if you're a voyeur or a cuck.
Whatever. We take all shapes and sizes here. You can watch on YouTube. I should never watch our stream because my double chin.
I know, we're getting really paranoid.
It's so bad, isn't it?
I know.
I look like a friggin' turkey.
Can I assure you, in real life, you don't look like a turkey.
Thank you so much.
But I agree. Every time I look at the YouTube, I'm like, all right, chins.
What's the saying where the camera adds 10 pounds or something like that? Maybe it's because I slouch in my chair and I sit like a bit of a pig. Maybe I'm my own worst enemy.
I know. By the end of the year, we're going to have the best posture. But if you are joining YouTube, you'll also notice my hair has grown about 10
what
inches.
happened there?
Well, I also blame YouTube because I kept looking at my hair and hating it. So I was like, I'm going to go get some Dolly Parton hair. And I have to say, it's really working.
It's great. I love it.
Now, MC, I have had a hot mess of a week this week. It's been a disaster. It saw me almost crying on Instagram. You know those annoying videos who jump on Instagram and
Leave
like,
Brittany alone!
I was that girl, and I was that girl a little bit. I did go on Instagram on Monday. I had the Sunday Sads. Now, for people who aren't single, you won't know that for single people, Sundays are the worst.
Why Sunday?
Because it's when you couples do all the romantic, nice things. So, you know, you might wake up a little bit hungover. You want to go like sleep in, maybe have some morning sex, wake up, get a greasy breakfast, go look at an art gallery or go watch the football or whatever together. You never feel so single as you do on a Sunday when you can't do all that cute stuff with someone. And if you dare venture out, you're going to see all those couples and it's actually going to make you feel worse.
Throwing it in your face.
Yeah. So I was spiraling this last Sunday, really in the thick of those emotions, when a guy I've been on and off with for years sent me a text. So I've just moved to a new part of town. So he was like, why don't I come meet you in your new area and I'll take you out for lunch. We'll go for a swim. It will be really nice. And I was like, hurrah, this Sunday isn't terrible after all.
No more Sunday sads.
No more Sunday sads.
Maybe some Sunday sexies. Who knows?
Do you know what? I am ovulating, so I was really horny
Ready
at this
to
moment,
rock.
which also makes me think that's why I said yes to this guy who it's never worked with in the past. But
Oh, so
I was
this is a
very
repeat
horny.
offender?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think, you know, I was digmatized. So I said, oh my God, yes. I love the word digmatized, by the way. It just like, as soon as you say it, you get what I
Yeah.
mean. So I was like, okay, yes, this sounds amazing. Of course you can take me out for lunch. Organised lunch for Thursday.
Okay.
And then he said the worst thing. Now let's remember this guy is 53, so he should know better.
Like an adult human at this point.
Adult human.
Yeah.
He said to me, okay, great, really looking forward to it. Now, if you could just message me on like Monday or Tuesday to remind me, that would be great.
No.
Back to the Sunday sads.
You've already slipped so far down his priority list, it's not funny already.
He's already telling
You're an
me.
afterthought.
I'm probably going to forget.
Yeah.
I got so offended. So then I literally said, bro, I'm not going out with someone that I have to remind to go out with me.
Yeah, damn right.
Thank
Put
you
that
so
foot
much.
down.
I
you
really did.
Boss bitch.
I was a boss
Can a man
bitch.
call a woman a boss bitch? Is
Please.
that okay for me to? Yeah, damn it, you boss bitch.
Thank you so much.
You're
Because
welcome.
I did feel like that afterwards, but then I got sad because I was like, all men are the worst. I'm so sick of being single. So I did get on Instagram on the Monday. And I just wanted to like remind people, for all those stupid Instagram videos that is like, single life is the best. Yes, it's so great being single. Aren't we all fabulous? Who needs a boyfriend? Blah, blah, blah. I wanted to remind people that it is actually okay to be sad about being single. You don't have to always be positive about it. And so I threw this video out going, it actually sometimes really does suck being single. And I got the most beautiful messages of people saying, I feel exactly the same. It really does suck. I had a shitty Sunday as well. So, I did marinate in that and I was like, okay, it's okay to be sad. But now I'm in okay, well then let's sort this out mood. So I'm in my boss bitch mood again.
You boss bitch. You.
Thank you so much. So I've invited Margarita Nazarenko onto the podcast this week. She is so brilliant. She's this TikTok superstar. She's got like 1 million followers and she just gives brutal dating advice.
Tells you how it is.
Yeah. So she's one of TikTok's most talked about voices on dating and relationships. She's known for her brutally honest takes that make women cheer and men squirm. And we're lucky enough to have Margarita Nazarenko, who has the world's best name,
Pretty good.
here to unpack why her unapologetic truth bombs keep going viral. I'm obsessed with you. Welcome, Margarita.
Thank you. I'm obsessed with you. I had dinner with you for my book launch and the questions you asked me, I left and I was like, I've never heard someone ask questions like that. You are so like engaged, interested, not vacuous, not looking at the person behind me.
Yeah.
You've got skills.
And we both enjoy martinis.
I know, a martini.
So-
Yours is dirty, mine is lemon twist.
Yes. It was a really good night, but I'm genuinely obsessed with dating and sex and trying to figure it out. And you are too, and I think that's why we come across as authentic. Before I met you, I was a little bit intimidated because your advice is so brutally honest, which I love and find so refreshing. But do you have people who are like a bit sensitive to it, or how do people
Listen,
take it?
I'm brutally honest because I've understood the algorithm of TikTok. When it came out, I was like, oh, this is a new platform. I'm just going to be unhinged and a bit wild on there, as in like say my opinions I wouldn't usually say because no one's going to watch this. Everybody watched it. Somehow they're like, oh, you're from, I'm like, oh God. They heard me say all of these things, but I think I'm brutal and I'm sharp and I start with maybe a negative because I understand the platform.
Yeah.
If you talk to me in real life, I'm completely like a mellow version of that. I'm a little bit more diluted, but I know how the platform works and I know what resonates with women. Like they want to hear it quickly before they scroll.
Well, that's why you get so many downloads, because you touch on those topics where dating and sex and everything is changing so constantly now. Like first everyone's on the dating apps, then everyone's off the dating apps, and how are we supposed to date again in real life? And it's so exhausting, and you just make it really easy. So I've got 1 million questions to ask you.
Sharp. I hope you can answer them.
Okay, so you've got this black cat golden retriever theory. My therapist the other day said that I'm a golden retriever, which I don't want to be. So can you explain to us what the theory is and how I can become a black cat?
So the theory originated on TikTok. It just happens. It's like a mushroom that suddenly grows and everyone just resonates with it and it takes on life of its own. It started off with somebody talking about friendships in that way, where a golden retriever is the happy one and the black cat is reserved and cool. And I think where it comes to men and women, and where I talk about it, is that women thrive in the position of a black cat. Women feel good when they're loved and admired. When a woman is chasing a man, she feels a bit shit about herself.
Yeah.
I've never been to a wedding where a woman goes, oh, do you know what? I chased him down. He wasn't sure about me. And now, I won him over or I impressed him. But men are quite proud of that story when they talk about women that they kind of proved their affection for, and then she changed her mind. They see that as a win. So the golden retriever energy, kind of the chasing energy, suits a man in terms of a relationship because he's feeling like he won something and you're feeling like he won you over.
It's kind of the caveman thing, isn't it?
And it's true, no matter how much you don't want to believe it, no matter how much we're all the same, no matter all of this, I love that and it's great, but it doesn't work because women are there disappointed.
Yeah.
I know we fought for it and that's great. In some merits, it's fantastic. But women want to be won over and proven the love to, hence the engagement rings, hence all these things. And, the big question of should he pay on the first date? Well, if he wants her to feel loved and, not loved or wanted or wants to impress her, yeah, he should.
Oh, I completely agree. And there's that argument where it's like, we have fought to get equal pay, which we still don't get, by the way. But, women want to be treated the same. Why do they want to get, don't want to go halves on dates? And it's like, well, let's look at the expenses for a first date. Let's bring it back to that. So If MC was on a date, what would you do? You'd put gel in your hair. You'd
Absolutely.
Put on some
I would have a
Lynx
shower,
Africa.
most certainly. I'd put
Yeah.
on my best plain T-shirt and jeans, maybe a nice pair of white shoes.
So you've
That's pretty much
spent
it.
no money to go on this date. If
No.
women want to go on a date, we want a nice outfit because we're going to impress you. We're going to have to get our hair dyed. We're going to have to, we get the good makeup. We catch the Uber there because men don't pick women up
Right.
anymore.
And then if we remove all of these like reasonings that women have made up in order to appeal to male logic, it's very much like this. When I'm on a date and you've paid, I instantly find you more attractive.
Yeah, you're right.
Instantly my libido is like, ooh. If you're like, oh, how should we split this? I don't find you as attractive.
Yuck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how much it cost me, how much I went somewhere. I don't care. All of it doesn't make sense. Ask any woman. That is just the truth. I don't know why it is. Biology is the reason,
I
but
think
it's
it's
just a fact. So if you want to impress her and you want her to be more like into you, that's what you do. And vice versa. If you're a woman and you're like, no, I'll get this. Actually, yeah, I'll get this now. You're actually killing the vibe because he's invited you there, let's just say. He's planned it. It's the same in friendship. If I want to take you out for your birthday and you're like, no, babe, let's split it. No, I'm trying to do something nice. Stop it.
Yeah.
So,
We are supposed to feel bad for not offering to go halves or paying halves. But men do kind of get off as well, which no one talks about. I think men do get off on paying for the date and
course they do.
feeling like the provider and
of course
the
they
man.
do.
Like a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to do something and see someone's reaction, and it might be something small, and it doesn't have to be a fancy restaurant. If your budget is McDonald's and that's where you're going because you're a student and you've paid, trust me, she's going to be impressed.
Yeah.
So it's just about trying to impress the person you're with. I don't know what the big deal is.
Oh my God, I completely agree. Now, in your podcast a lot, you talk about high value women. What is a high value woman and how do I become one?
Oh, you are one, don't worry. But the thing is, I take viral terms that exist on the internet and I talk about them from an angle that is actually helpful. High value women is this whole like Andrew Tate scenario, what do you bring to the table? And the answer for women is nothing, because if you are bargaining with what you bring to the table, that means you don't have intrinsic feminine energy, which is the energy of being yourself, being kind, being funny, being relaxed. And masculine energy is everything that you are doing or what you are becoming. Because essentially, I heard a scientist say we're all born as women in the womb, essentially, and you become a man. You don't become feminine. You are already feminine. That's why boys insult each other with, you're such a girl. It's not just societal. It's because to become masculine, you have to become brave, become strong. No little boy is brave and strong.
Yeah.
We're all, feminine traits are intrinsically ours, and masculinity is developed.
And do you find a lot more women are kind of sitting in their masculine energy at the moment? Because, we do want to do well in our careers. We've got to speak up at work. And do you think they're bringing that into the dating arena?
Yes, well, the workforce was masculine, so we want to come into the workforce. So we've got to come into the masculine world.
Yeah.
Had there been a feminine paradigm of work, I don't know how that would look. Would it be communal? Would it be where you can take a break? Sorry, men, on your period? Or would it be like I have kids, sometimes you look after them and we do something together, and when you're off, I cover you? Because women are a lot more communal, right?
Yeah.
Whilst men have a 9-to-5 cycle, it's even around their whole hormonal cycle. They have a peak of testosterone every day, right? You would know about this male testosterone stuff, right? So a 9-to-5 suits men.
Yeah.
Women would probably have a 28-day work cycle where we work a lot, like hyperdrive, and then not so much. So yes, we are in our masculine, but we've entered the masculine world and workforce. If you want to change it, for example, how I work, I don't really work in a way that I used to or I thought that I would be successful in, because it just doesn't suit me. You burn out.
So if someone is worried that they're in their masculine energy too much and they want to sit in their feminine when they go on dates, because I struggle. I struggle on dates. I take over the chat. I will happily go to the bar and pay for our drinks, and I do sometimes worry that I am a little bit masculine in dates.
Why do you do it?
I think it's just habit. I worked at Triple M for years with men. And it was so interesting when I left this male radio station. I noticed that I started buying floral bed sheets again, and I started wearing pink more. And I was like, why am I doing this? And I was like, I'm not around so much male energy that I'm becoming a girl again. And I really it happened without me even noticing. So I was like, okay, maybe I am sitting more in my feminine now.
Well, it's just the art of flirting, isn't it? It is an art form.
Yeah.
And to flirt with someone and be feminine, that's the one thing men don't have. They're not intrinsically feminine. So for them to see someone feminine, someone relaxed, someone who's really easy to be with but hard to get, that's the paradigm. Not hard to get as in like she's running away for no reason, but as in like she's busy, she's got her own life, she's hard to get, but she's easy to be with, because women these days are very easy to get. Yeah, what time are we meeting? Sorry, yeah, are you here at 5? You know, they're very like on it. And then if he doesn't perform in the way she wants in any paradigm, she's upset about it. She's really hard to be with. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. You know, they're very difficult to be with. It's like the opposite of what femininity is. And it's not enjoyable.
Oh my God, it's so true. So do you think, because I struggle with, even hearing you talk about that, I'm like, but then are we playing games? Like if
Isn't life games?
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you, because I can't decide, because we're told so much on the TikToks and the Instagrams and everything, like, don't play games, be authentically yourself. But I think...
What is authentically yourself? A series of reactions you've had from ways that you've learnt to be because of the way you were parented or because of the way you interacted with people. It's a series of algorithms that you've seen work. A lot of things that I talk about is anxious attachment versus avoidant attachment versus secure. Some of us who got parented well and had a nice life are securely attached. We know how to interact with people. To them, be yourself is good advice.
Yeah.
Be yourself is like, yeah, you're a great person, just be yourself. To someone who's anxious and bombards people with texts and doesn't know how to, and they're all, you know, flinching and glitchy, be yourself is probably a disaster to them. A good idea would be relax. So don't be yourself. See what happens if you don't initiate another text.
Yeah.
Because then their brain can rewire into a different way of being. I used to be very anxious, not as in anxious as in I have anxiety, but I'd be anxious to make sure that I'm meeting someone, that I've responded, that they're not upset, are you okay, checking like the algorithm of how they're feeling. And the only way that you can get through that is not be yourself. Okay, Margarita, how about you don't do that?
Yeah.
How about Jana, you don't go and buy the drinks and you don't sit and ask him the question and you don't make sure he turns up for the date? What's going to happen?
So it's not even playing games, it's sitting in the discomfort to make a
Sit
change.
in the discomfort of who would I be if I was comfortable with silence? Who would I be if I didn't feel like I had to buy him a drink? Why am I buying him a drink? He's invited me.
Yeah.
What if he wants to show me his person? Why am I always talking? I don't get to know him.
Oh, okay. I want your advice on a
Go.
dating thing that happened
Go.
to me last week,
Okay,
which
lean in.
really upset me. So this guy I've dated him on and off for years, and he's a Peter Pan, so he will never grow up. He's 53. And he kept like, you know, I've moved to Palm Beach. So he said, I'll come to Palm Beach. I'll take you out for lunch. We can have like a beautiful lunch. We'll go for a swim. It'll be lovely. I said, perfect. And then he said this thing which ruined it. So he said, we had organized to meet on the Thursday for lunch. And so he said, oh, can you just text me Monday or Tuesday to remind me about Thursday? I was like, you invited me on the date.
I actually have goosebumps. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
This man is 53, very capable in the business world.
What did you do is the question.
I think you'll be proud of me.
Go.
So I sent him a message and said bro though, which is sitting in my masculine. So I regret that. But I said, bro, I don't go out with men who I have to remind to hang out with me.
Okay.
And then he said, I'll put it in my diary. Like he backtracked and was like, babe, I'll put it in my diary and make sure it happened. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. You know
and
why?
I didn't remind him.
Because it's level 0. Let's call it level 5 and level 10 of unbothered feminine energy, okay? So level 0 would be, why would you tell me to do? You know, all of this kind of like crying, sulking, or reminding him, being like, hi, reminding you to book our date. That would be 0. You did 5, which is good.
Okay, yeah.
Good. You said, I don't book dates and you've set a boundary. Great. Fantastic.
Good.
What you should have done is not replied and forgot to remind him.
Not reply at all when he said,
No. And then when he says to you, oh, we were supposed to go out, you go, were we? Oh.
yeah, because he messaged me this week.
That's the true essence of what would, because you're still controlling the situation. You're telling him how to act, what to do, teach him by your
was.
actions that I'm not the reminder.
And even me going off and being like, bro, I don't remind you, is still giving him the impression that I care.
Yes.
So I do need to see, it's not a game, it's sitting outside of my comfort zone.
You
to
could have
be
been
the
like, I'll try and
secure
remember.
person.
Or not. I wouldn't have replied at all.
Oh, to me, that's
And he
so
would have
brutal.
either A,
Yeah.
reminded you and booked it. And then you go, yeah, you can't wait. Or you'd never hear from him again.
Yeah.
Or number 3, he would have come to Friday or Thursday when you were supposed to meet up, and he would have been like, oh, you didn't remind me. And you would have been like, didn't I? I forgot.
Unbothered.
Don't let
Oh,
people put you in roles that you are not trying to play.
That's such good advice.
Act how you want to be treated.
Act how you want to be treated.
Don't tell them. They don't hear it.
Yeah, I know. I am annoyed.
It's hard though.
in my response.
I'm naturally a very masculine energy person. I like things organized. I do things well,
Me
fast,
too.
etc. So it's hard. I get it.
It's hard.
But for a romantic partner, it's laborsome, and I would rather not remind him.
And there was something you said in a podcast recently where you were like, it's also a blessing because he's shown you who he is. And I don't want to mother someone. Like, I did instantly, it did give me the ick, which is good because me 5 years ago would have reminded him and then probably even text
I went from that. I would have, number one, reminded him. Then I ascended to, letting him know that that's not what I'd do.
Yeah.
And then you get to this level where you're like, do you know what? I'd really love to see if you actually step up if I do nothing.
Yeah.
And I'd love for you to not step up too, because then I will never see you.
Which is a blessing as well.
Exactly. Because if you micromanage someone, you could be 5-10 years in, not sure if you created that behavior or they did.
Yeah.
Because you're molding it.
What is like 3 things that women are doing that you wish they would stop in the dating arena?
I would say all of them fall under control.
Okay.
So mothering, managing, and martyring. So they'll either sacrifice themselves, go on dates that they don't want to go on, look after everything, run his business for him. Oh, I'll lend him money because he's a struggling artist. They just martyr themselves, and in hopes, it's not as beautiful as it sounds. It's in hopes that one day he'll turn around and be like, oh my God, it was you all along. You've been here for me. Yeah, and he's like, I didn't ask you. And so he's not in the wrong. You chose that. Managing is in relationships or outside of them, telling them how to act, doing all these things of like, right, did you come here at this time? Did you know what I mean? And managing their behavior subtly so that he doesn't hurt you. It's a protective mechanism. Yeah. I used to do things in order so that he, whoever he was that I was dating, wouldn't, for example, not text me, or I would remind him just so that I wouldn't have to feel the pain of that rejection.
Oh my God, that's exactly what
you
we're
just want to
doing.
I don't want to feel that impact,
Yeah.
or mothering him. And that is like, so close to nurturing that women get confused, but it's directional and it's instructional.
And you think that actually takes away the passion of the relationship?
That's what kills the polarity and the passion. That's why a lot of married couples I know don't have sex.
Because the woman's too busy mothering.
Yes, because the polarity is off and no one, hopefully, wants to sleep with their mother.
So here's a few scenarios which I've personally found myself in, and I think a lot of our listeners have as well. This is just my free therapy session. I wanted to find out green flag or red flag. So he won't share his location settings with you. So like, find my friends.
How long is the relationship?
Say it's been going for like 6 months.
Green flag.
That he won't share them with you?
Why are you asking him?
Because I want to know where he is.
Because you're managing, mothering him, aren't you?
Oh, gross. I was just mothering him. Okay, you're so right. Okay.
You shouldn't even be thinking about his location. Who is he?
This already isn't going how you thought it would, is it?
No, it's not going at
This
all.
is just the first scenario. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
He has a lot of girlfriends.
What kind of girlfriends?
Like he's always texting them.
Texting them?
Yeah.
Red flag.
Really?
Yeah, work colleagues, childhood friends, university. Why have you got time for girlfriends? Get another job.
Oh my God, that's so brutal. What about my best friends who are guys?
Why is he texting? Oh, listen, women believe in male-female friendships. You believe that men are your friends. You're also very attractive.
Oh, thank you so much.
So you might be believing a unicorn that doesn't exist. Men can be friends with women if it's for a work reason or for a project or for things like that. I'm not saying that they're never friends with women. It cannot be possible. But usually if he's sitting there with you texting a girl.
If the opportunity came up to shag them, he...
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay, he talks to his mum every day.
Green flag, I guess,
Okay.
because it's okay. But,
But
not
too
my
much.
type.
Yeah,
not my type
either.
But it's okay, because some families are close.
I once dated a guy.
I have a son, so I'm like,
Oh,
green flag.
You've changed your mind. I dated a guy once who was very close to his mum, and he was a soccer player, and his teeth got knocked out. And so he had to go on this medication, like serious medication, before he could get the operation to get his teeth in. Oh my God, I really picked them. And we were sleeping in bed one night, and his mum came through the front door because he had to take medication like like every 2 hours. And I said, it's fine, I've got it. I'll make sure he wakes up. We'd set the alarm, so he woke up every 2 hours to take medication. And she still came over to give him his medication at like 2 a.m. in the morning.
The reason I say it's okay only for the preface that how he treats his mum is probably his idea of how he treats women. So if he just checks
nice.
in, you know,
Yeah.
then it's fine.
But
Greenish
this
flag.
is more
Greenish
maybe
flag.
the mum's the red flag.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the one.
Okay. He only wants to see you on weekends.
What's his job?
Finance, bro.
No, because he's going out drinking at night. Look at how if someone's late for you but on time everywhere else, that's a red flag. If he's late for the airplane, like my husband,
Yeah.
they're calling his name on the intercom, and he's late for me, I mean, that's just the algorithm of how he operates.
That's just who
So if he's someone who's on a hustle, doesn't see anyone on weekdays, then you are just part of life. You know what I mean? And if you want a guy who is going to be successful, maybe making money, but know that he's also not going to be seeing you on weeknights when you're married.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing that. Men don't change. You know, when you meet them and they're like, oh, I'm just, in the hustle right now, I can't do much, I can't see much. That's going to be him forever. You're going to be there with the kids and he's like, I can't do much, I can't see you much. It changes how they act that way.
Yeah.
But if he's not serious and he's out with his bros, he'll be at the pub with his friends when he's 60 as well, you know?
Oh, God. I read a quote the other day that said, who they are when you meet them is who they will be in 20 years.
Absolutely. Just a different scenario.
Yes, that's so true. And it actually made me stop talking to a guy because he's such a hot
And
mess.
sadly, women change for men. They always think she's going to be bubbly,
I
cute.
do.
Oh my God, so sexy. And then she has 2 kids. And then she also has to get a job because 50-50.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm tired, I've got none. He's like, oh, she changed. What happened?
Oh my God, that's so true. But he's still exactly the
Mm-hmm.
same. Ugh. These hard truths are killing me. He wants the second date at his house. The amount of men that have said to me, oh, I'm a really good cook. Come to my house, I'll cook you dinner.
I'm on a diet. I don't want to eat. Lie. I don't care. Why am I going to your house? I don't like sitting at home. Ugh.
They just want to shag, don't
Yeah, no, red flag.
they? Okay, good. I felt like that was the answer.
But it's fine. It's fine. I mean, he's trying. You're sexy. It's okay.
Yeah,
Just
that's
say no.
true, isn't it? Because like I always say, at least be like, if a guy hits you up for sex on the first date, I'd be more offended if they didn't.
Yeah.
I would go home being like, well, why didn't he at least try?
One of the guys I dated ages ago was trying to get me to come over first on like the 3rd date or something, and then we'll go out. And I was like, no. And I just sat in the restaurant. He was like, kept texting me. And then I said, I'm going in 10 minutes. And he ran. He was like, but I thought it'd be fun. Not for me.
Oh,
Fun for you.
yeah, of course. And he even tried to set it up where he was like, I'm at home, so come meet me. Oh,
Yeah, no,
these
no,
men.
no.
You men, I tell you.
Sorry.
But men don't realize they're not fun afterwards. If
Yeah.
you meet them and they just don't have that, I don't know. They try harder when you're out first and then you go home.
That's so true. And they're sexier in a setting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am trying to keep the libido alive, my guy. Like, stop ruining it.
Oh my
I'm doing it
God.
for you.
That's so true. Okay, he still follows his ex on Instagram.
He shouldn't have Instagram. What's he doing that? Unless it's for work. Yeah?
Yes. Okay.
Unless you have to post for work, unless you've got like a renovation company and you're posting on there, a radio station, you're a cinematographer. Why is he following people? What is he doing?
Okay, I did see that because this guy I've been chatting to recently doesn't have Instagram. And for me, that's half the reason I like him so much.
Yes.
He's not liking
If I
bikini
was a
girl
man
pics.
and I was to date, even if I had an Instagram, just because I'm curious, I would say I don't. Because I'd be
Yeah.
embarrassed. Sorry.
Men, get Finsters.
Deleting my
Delete,
Instagram
yep,
account.
delete.
Okay, sorry.
Oh my
Any
God.
guy who wants to date and is like doesn't know how to be attractive, just say you're not on social media. She'll be like, you are not what? Social media is for the girls and the gays.
So hot. It's for the girls and the gays. There was a guy I was dating last year. And you have
and
something to announce?
people who
Yeah, Instagram's gone.
yeah. Oh no.
I was dating a guy last year who was a serial liker on like all my friends' Instagram, but I felt like I was mad bringing it up with him. How would you bring it up with a guy? This isn't even a green flag, red flag. I just genuinely want to know.
Some self-help. Good.
Yeah. If you are a girl going out with a guy who's liking bikini pics and all your friends' pics, because this guy liked, but he only ever liked my hot friends'
Again,
Instagram
this is a hope
pics.
that he'll change from how you've going to instruct him. Do not like those ladies. Sorry,
Yeah.
mummy.
You can't tell them, can
you
you?
look and you have a little file in your head or on your notes app if you've got ADHD like all of us.
Yes.
And you go, another tick for why I don't like him. Seeing girls, don't like him. Become disinterested as opposed to bothered by it. Train yourself to be, ugh.
Train yourself to get the ick.
And if he's like, oh, let's go out, be like, Just you
busy.
start. Yeah, you just it's not attractive. Why are you? Try and think about him as your future husband. Let's just say, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're sitting there. That's the guy who's gonna like protect you. What if there's an apocalypse?
Yeah.
You know, just like
He's too busy checking on all
escalate.
the
Like, what are
girls.
you doing? Like, learn how to do something. I don't know. I find it like so unattractive.
You're changing. Like, I'm going to have to get rid of my whole roster.
What? And then the ones who take us selfies, like, okay, you're so
Oh,
pretty.
it's so ick. Or the gym selfies. Okay,
yes.
we have to train ourselves.
Delete all your
Oh
selfies.
no, this is the last photo that I took.
What did you do?
Let's
It was
see,
a gym
please.
selfie, was
It was a selfie sitting on the set
but you
before the
look
show.
good.
Oh
You look
shit!
good.
Wait, is it work though?
It was here.
yeah, was that
the last
work?
one was this.
That's
Okay, phew, I'm questioning
That's at work.
everything about myself right now. Okay,
Green
that's good.
flag.
Good, green
Green
flag. Work
flag.
selfies are sweet. Good.
Okay, this is
Work is okay.
I'm actually sweating
So
from
am
all
I.
these answers. We've already covered this one. He wants to split the bill on a first date. That's a red flag. That's an easy
Yeah,
one. Yes,
because he doesn't want to impress you. It doesn't matter if it's a red flag or a green flag. He just doesn't want to impress you.
And he's
he doesn't like you that
telling
much.
you.
Yeah, he's telling you. He's telling you, I will see you and sleep with you because you're attractive enough for it to be split in half. You know, that's how attractive you are.
Oh God, I'm going through it. Any time I've split the bill.
Look, if you asked him for a drink and you've already bought them and he said thank you, that's fine. But if he's there, like, shall we?
I had a guy do that to me in New York, and it did. But you'd be proud. That did give me the ick.
Yeah, it just should. You can't change him. You just go, oh, that's not for me.
You just file it.
Yeah,
and
file
go,
it.
Noted. Won't go on another date with him. Okay, final one. He's great in bed, but terrible at texting.
Green flag.
Why?
Why is he texting again? No, I'm kidding. But honestly, like some men are, women see his lack of verbal fluency, compliments, texting. Let me tell you like this. When people are like, oh, just text your husband and ask him, I'm like, you'll get a reply in 2 business days.
Yeah.
From me, from everyone, from the president. He's just not on his phone.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Oh my God, because this same guy that I was seeing last year, you're answering so many questions, but I would unravel because he would take 8 hours and he would put his phone on Do Not Disturb, which would drive me insane. And I took it so personally until like a year later when I got to know him away from trying to date him.
Yes,
and
that's who he is.
Does do that to everyone. And I had called it off with him because I'm like, this is so rude. Why doesn't he answer back to me? And now I'm looking back going, oh, that is
The only
just
way
who he
you
is.
can, I was going to say manipulate, wrong word, motivate a difference is to say, I love it when you text me every day.
That's what the
That's good.
divorce lawyer
Yeah.
said to us. You've got to reword it so you're not nagging.
You're encouraging.
You're encouraging.
And they feel like they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
They're doing something good.
It makes me so happy to hear from you. Let's say you haven't heard from him. The worst thing you can do, if you still want him to want you, is, wow, okay, call me back finally.
Passive aggressive.
No, you go, oh my God, it's so good to hear from you. I was so excited. I know it hurts inside to do it because you're like, "Fuck, how dare you, yeah? But watch, he'll change.
Okay, I've been
because you'll be
saying
like,
all
positive
wrong.
reinforcement.
It's like, good boy, good
Yeah.
boy. And
so now are
didn't
you fine
realise.
moving forward or more confused than ever?
I'm getting rid of most of my roster.
Good. Okay.
And
Full
again,
clean out.
If you think he's a good guy with the Instagram thing, because I joke a lot, but with the Instagram thing, you think he's just a little bit confused and you want to test it, you can just, again, say it in the positive statement.
Sorry, with the Instagram.
Like if he's liking a lot of girls, you could
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, oh, make me feel so special, like if you didn't like my friends.
oh.
You know, try it. I think it's a
Yeah.
type of personality.
Yeah, no, I think he's just a slave.
Yeah, I don't like it. Personally, I would just discount it. But if you want to, try that. And
So-
see what he says. If he's defensive and he's like, well, why can't I like people? I just like to like people, then just forget it.
Yeah.
But if he's just somebody, I don't know, why would you even date someone who's addicted to Instagram? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. In the end, do you know what? Our guts are always right because I thought he was
Yeah.
a creep, and a year later, and I've heard all these stories about him, I was like, oh, I was spot on.
Another one is women have a problem with you're sitting in a restaurant and he's looking at attractive women. Okay.
They call it red Ferrari syndrome.
Is it?
You know, I don't want a red Ferrari, but if one drives past me on the street, I'm going to go, ooh, red Ferrari.
Mm.
And that's how I think people get around it. But what's your take on it?
I think it matters. If he's completely swerving, that's disrespect to you.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
It's just anyone can control themselves. You've got such lack of control.
He's
I don't-
making an effort to look.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah.
going out of his
Then
way.
And he
he's
doesn't
either trying to
care.
insult you or trying to put you down, or he doesn't care about you that much that it doesn't matter. But if you're with a guy and he just like this, come on, I look at women who are in bright colors or bodies, etc.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do is, why did you just look at her? It just creates such a bad scenario, and then it creates competition. It means to him that you're competing with her. That means you think that she's got something that you don't, and men kind of buy into marketing, I suppose. If he sees you and you're just engaged, you're talking, you're laughing, he's looking at her, you haven't even noticed, he's like, oh my God, what is going on here? She's not bothered about that. Huh.
God, I don't do that at all. I'm failing on so many accounts.
No, you're fine. That's life.
I've learned so much. Can we please get you on again?
Yes. I
Maybe
live around
we
the corner. Babe, it's good.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I think we should put a call out for listeners to send in
Ooh,
their
yes.
questions, and we need to get you back and just
do it.
open the hotline.
What do you think as a man listening to it? Are you like, no? Or are you
No,
like,
I'm here for it. This is
love
great. I mean, obviously my Instagram's now been deleted. I'm never taking a selfie again.
yes.
But it's wonderful.
No,
and-
keep the Instagram, keep the selfies, but just don't let the girls see it. That's all.
Okay, good.
yeah.
Don't be a dickhead.
Now, we didn't plan to discuss what we're
going
about
off
to
script tonight.
discuss.
Oh boy.
But as Margarita Nazarenko said, we do need to sit in our feminine energy. But in the break, I let off a giant burp.
That's true.
And that set
That's
off
true.
a big debate, and I scolded myself because it wasn't very feminine energy of me. And then we somehow got
I
on
said
to,
next week you're going to fart.
Oh, yes.
and
that-
you said I don't fart.
girls don't fart. We're like Barbie dolls. We have nothing down there.
Yeah.
And it brought up the topic of farting in front of your partner. I was disgusted to find out that you happily not only do you fart in front of your partner, you take a shit in front of your partner.
Yeah, I do. And I've done it for a long time as well. Like, I will sit there with the door open and do it. Why is everyone shaking their heads at me?
Because it's disgusting. If I can smell poo particles, I don't want to have sex with that person.
I will sit on the toilet with the door open, do what I need to do. And if I need to ask my wife a question, I'll say, come here, I need to ask you something. Or if she's getting ready in the shower for something, and like when you got to go, you got to go. When nature calls, I'll just go for it. I mean, I am classy. I don't want anyone watching me wipe my bum. Obviously, I do have limits. I'm not an animal, but I'm so fine with it. And to be honest, like, my wife doesn't fart or do it, but I would not bother me.
Because she's a lady. Now, I don't understand that. You genuinely, because I would rather self-combust than, when I wake up at a guy's house, I never get tummy rumbles. For some reason, every time I sleep over a guy's house, I think it's a bit like waking up going, oopsie daisies, I've slept with him. But also oh God, the nerves and everything, it just builds up all this gas. I would rather self-combust
Really?
than fart in front of him.
Isn't there a saying, better out than in?
No,
Is that a saying?
no.
Did I just make that one up?
There was a study that said, this is so gross, it said that when you do hold in a fart, it actually comes out your mouth.
I do call burps mouth farts, so that makes sense.
I read that. But then producer Taylor, she's married, she's got gorgeous twins, and you agreed you don't fart in front of your partner, do you?
Correct. So we've been together for 10 years now, and I would rather, like you, Jana, just avoid it at all costs. So I've never done it in front of him. He, by all means, does it in front of me probably 10 times a day. But to me, I just can't bring myself to do it. And it's not
'Cause
even
we're
like,
ladies.
yeah, it's not even like he said, oh, don't you ever do that in front of me. I just would never do it. It's disgusting.
See, and I don't know if this is offensive, I just pegged you as a farter. Like an open farter.
No offense, Taylor, but so did I.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to take that. So I'm glad to set the record straight.
So have you ever, either of you,
Yeah.
accidentally farted?
Once with a guy, and maybe this is why I'm so scarred by it. I did it once with a guy, I was jumping into bed. And I was like, yay, we're at home. And I jumped into bed and went, burp. And I died. I actually Dutch ovened myself because I was so horrified. I just pulled the blanket over
he
me.
know?
And then he was like, you're Dutch ovening yourself.
So he knew. Okay, it was obviously your fault.
No, but he gave me this look of disgust. And ever since then, I've been horrified. And we didn't have sex that night because I think he was like, you farted.
So the only time I've ever accidentally done it was in the birthing suite,
It's
giving
off limits there. You
birth
can do
to my
whatever you need
girls.
to do.
So
And
fair.
he even made a point to make a comment at that time and goes, oh my God, block your noses, guys. He said that to the nurse.
In the
and
birthing suite?
Yeah, to the nurses, the midwives and
Divorce.
the obstetrician.
Divorce.
And I looked at him, I said, not now. And that was the only time. So I feel like I could get off on that. So, yeah.
What's your policy on during show in studio farting? Is that a...
Absolutely not.
Okay. And if you want to slide into our DMs with audio or vision of your farts, please do that as well.
We'll slide into MC. It's not mine. I don't want to hear your
Saucy
farts.
Secrets on Kiss.
Our guest is the king of TV recaps and scandalous deep dives. He's news.com.au's James Weir. He just launched a wild new investigative podcast called Sex, Lies and Streaming, where he follows Aussie creator Bonnie Blue through Vegas to explore the dark, twisted truths behind the billion-dollar sexfluencer world. And he joins us on the show to tell us all the goss. Welcome, James.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin because I did start listening to the podcast and basically you followed Bonnie Blue all around Vegas.
Yeah, so Bonnie's really, like over the past 12 months, Bonnie has become the poster girl, I guess you could say, for sexfluencers and OnlyFans and what we've seen sort of with this rise of DIY porn stars getting in the headlines, mainstream media with their sex stunts. So she's really become the avatar of the industry and it's something that we've never really seen before.
It feels like it's blown up in the past year where all of a sudden girls are trying to beat each other in how many men they sleep with.
I know, and the thing's porn's not new. It's been around forever. But this latest trend and this kind of blurred lines between influencer and porn star, someone like Bonnie Blue and other gals like her, they've kind of become like a really sexy, like Piers Morgan. You know, they know exactly what to say about a hot button topic so that they get all the news headlines. It generates, keeps the news cycle going for a week.
Yeah.
And gets people talking about them, which then leads to subscribers. It's really formed the base of this new business model.
But do you think that they've got too carried away without doing each other, that it's got out of hand?
Yeah, so it's actually caused a lot of tension within the broader porn industry. And a lot of these DIY performers, they actually don't care because at the end of the day, they get to buy their designer handbag and their Lamborghini and they don't really see themselves as part of the industry. And there's a lot of unspoken rules in the porn industry and there's a lot of knowledge that's handed down. But people like Bonnie, when I would talk to her, not only was she washed her hands of a lot of that, but she was very defensive and she's come into the industry just assuming that people, that should be peers and colleagues, she assumes that they don't like her.
When I watched that documentary with her, when she did sleep with 1,000 men, which I do believe she actually did, she didn't make any of them get STD tests. Now, Angela White, we've spoken to her before and they're really strict. I know Brazos is really strict and there's really strict rules around you have to get tested every 6 to 10 days or something. And in the documentary, they said that none of the men had to get tested and everyone's like, well, that's okay because they wore condoms. But I'm like, statistically, out of 1,000 men,
They're also kissing.
they were kissing on the lips.
Yeah.
And I was like, statistically, some of them have to have cold sores.
Yeah, and I think people, when they want to believe, when they want to have negative thoughts about the industry, this then just solidifies that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing was when you look at Bonnie and then you look at maybe someone like Angela, who seems to represent the old school studio system side of the business. Angela herself, I know you've chatted to her recently, she entered the industry as soon as she turned 18. So when she was still in year 12 in high school, she flew over to the US to partake in her first porn shoot.
Yeah.
And it's because she knew from a really young age that she owned her sexuality. It's what she wanted to do. So she really pursued it hard and fast. And she's also got a degree in porn. She's written a thesis in pornography. She studies this. She's a true auteur. When you talk to other people like Angela, they're craftspeople. Then on the flip side, you've got someone like Bonnie who's really just fallen into the industry. I mean, she was working in the corporate world, driving a Mercedes, sounding like she's living an okay life. But she wanted it bigger, she wanted it bluer, she wanted more. And so she's just kind of decided that she's going to do this. And she doesn't, the more you talk to her, you realise she's got no honour for the craft and she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't know about genres. She doesn't know about filming techniques. She doesn't know about the directors and performers that came before her. And that's something that's getting a lot of people offside. Some people might see it as cocky or arrogance even.
So what is she like behind the scenes?
So I
Yes.
flew over to LA to catch this private jet that they had chartered to Las Vegas for the Oscars of Porn, where Bonnie was convinced that she was going to take the crown for Best Independent Female Creator. Anyway, it was like a week after she had done this 1,000-man gangbang. She suddenly disappears. It's because she's got a really bad virus.
Wonder what from?
Yeah, I know. She had got a very bad virus from one of the 1,000 men. her team were really worried about people finding that out. But
Yeah.
how am I supposed to explain to my listeners why Bonnie's not there for a podcast that's supposed to be following her?
Yeah.
So you've spent all of this time with Bonnie, and I'm assuming, that relationship, we're going to be able to find out about it when we listen to the podcast. But it seems like there's more questions than answers no matter which way you turn. Have you learned anything about her? What is Bonnie Blue, just the person, like when you strip away everything?
Yeah.
All of the outside noise.
She's very emotionless. The more time that I spent with her, she was very willing to answer questions, but there was never really any connection or emotion beneath those answers. She likes to give a lot of comparisons and she can argue and defend her choices, but she doesn't really care that those arguments often don't quite stack up, and you can often poke holes through her theories.
Yeah.
But she doesn't care. She says it with confidence and moves on, and I think what we kind of know about her history is, she worked in recruitment in the corporate world, and I do think we see that that temperament come through. I remember I was talking to someone, and they kind of compared it to CEO mentality. As a CEO, that's often how you've got to operate in the world of business. You've got to take the emotion out, and that does seem to be what she's doing.
It's also a strong sociopathic state. Like there's, everything's on a spectrum and we all sit somewhere on it. But to be that disassociated and to be that kind of no emotions, you've got to sit quite high up on the spectrum of, there's the most narcissists are CEOs and traits like that. And she's kind of, I don't know.
She might be this first case study that we're looking for to see what how this all ends.
Yeah, it's fascinating and it's an amazing podcast. So congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
You and her now besties, obviously. Would you say that you and Bonnie Blue are friends?
We're going to collab on OnlyFans any day now.
Huge
Lucy.
part of the next stunt.
Yeah.
Love it. The podcast,
First subscriber.
Sex, Lies and Streaming. Grab it now, James Weir. Thanks so much for joining us on Saucy Secrets. And just like that, unbelievably, we've reached the end of yet another episode of Saucy Secrets.
I'm sad. I always get sad when we come to the end.
What if you, generally the end is the best part, right? But not on this show.
No, I'm actually sad. I think I've learnt
learnt?
from this episode that
You need to
I
rethink everything.
need to rethink all my dating techniques. I knew my dating was a hot mess, but a lot of the blame lays on me. And I need to stop seeing men who don't like me as a challenge and refocus on it being an ick.
Yes.
Right.
You need to learn that you're worthy and they've got to meet your standards, not the other way around.
Yeah, that's going to be really hard. So
That's your homework for the week.
Let's see how we go next week.
Big thank you to dating coach Margarita Nazarenko for straightening you out.
Love her. It was the tough love I needed.
James Weir as well for coming on the show. And don't forget, like and subscribe on YouTube. Tell all your mates to watch us. Grab the podcast on the iHeart app. And we will see you next week on Saucy Secrets.
Bye, guys.